We're Hassani and Danielle Pettiford, and we're a real couple with real problems who almost called it quits.
I was very frustrated. I became very disconnected, very jaded and cold.
We have 4 children, going on 20 years of marriage, and we practice what we preach.
Our mission, to change the way couples relate to one another and teach them the skills needed to improve the quality of their relationships. This is the Couples Academy Show.
Hey, good morning. How we doing today? You are watching the Couples Academy Show. My name is Lakeisha Hines. I'm flying solo today, but I'm so excited to be here with you guys, and I'm looking forward to an awesome time with you. I see that you guys are jumping in, and I so appreciate it. So while you're logging in, let's just go through a couple quick announcements that we have, and then we'll get this show started. So thank you guys again so much, and for those of you coming in, welcome. Hello. So everybody joining us today, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the show. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I want to let you know what we're talking about today. We're answering the question, am I stupid if I stay? Wow, how many times have we had this question? So many times. And so we heard you, we were listening to you. So we definitely want to give you some insight, some feedback into this particular topic. So again, thank you so much for joining us. How many times have you heard this? If my husband or wife ever cheated on me, I'd leave him or her in a heartbeat. How many times? Many times. I'm sure you may have said it. Your girlfriend may have said it. One of your guy friends may have said it, that if this person, my spouse, cheats on me, I am out. I'm out the door. There's nothing to talk about. There's nothing we need to discuss. I'm done. and I'm moving on. And I totally understand that 100%. We get that. You know, the pain of infidelity is so profound, is so great that it's extremely difficult to, in your rational mind, think that if this person hurt me in that way to that magnitude, that I would stay and I would tough it out and I would try to make it work. But oftentimes we're saying that in the heat of the moment, right? We're saying that when we are either, again, we're in our right mind, right, when it hasn't happened, and we're just thinking about what we would do if it happened. That's one scenario. Or the second scenario is you are truly in the heat of the moment. You have had that D-Day where you realize that there has been a betrayal, and you say, you know what, I'm done, I'm out, like I'm not going to move forward in this marriage. But I actually want to kind of just pick your brain for a moment and just say, what if you choose to stay? What if you make a conscious decision to work it out? What if you say in advance that divorce is not an option? It's something about your mentality, your mindset, right? Everything. Joyce Meyer said that the battlefield is in the mind. So if you automatically, before you're even faced with infidelity, start saying that if this happens, I'm done and I'm leaving, you don't even leave room or space or opportunity for that spouse to show up differently, because you've automatically cut off any second chances. One of the things that I have learned over the years is that choosing in advance not to forgive someone, that's stupid. That's not wise. That's not smart, because if you are coming from a faith-based background, you understand that you have had to ask for forgiveness multiple times. So what if that higher power, that one that you tap into, that you are seeking wisdom and guidance from, what if he were to say to you, you know what? If you mess up again, I'm not going to forgive you. I'm just saying, think about it. So again, I'm sure you've had this experience. I'm sure you may have said it or you've heard someone that has, but I challenge you, because what I do know is that the ability to forgive and reconcile comes from a place of maturity, wisdom, intelligence, and strength. And it has nothing to do with the lack of intelligence or you being stupid. It really means that you're mature. It means that you're wise. It means that you're intelligent. And it means that you're strong, because it takes strength to stay in a situation that is hurtful. It takes strength to stay in a situation that you know it's going to be a long road of recovery ahead. And so you're going to need strength, and it will take intelligence, because your mind is going to tell you all types of crazy things, things that you shouldn't do. You'll be second guessing yourself. And that's really what this topic is today. That asking, am I stupid if I stay? Is you second guessing your decision. It's you not being 100% confident or sure about the decision that you made. But it also shows that when you choose to say that you're mature, because you realize that you can't allow your emotions and your feelings to dictate what your decision needs to be. And that's in every area of our lives. You can get on a job that you absolutely hate and cannot stand. And let's say you have a bad experience with your supervisor or a coworker. Are you going to say, you know what? That's it. I quit. I'm done. And you walk off your job? Absolutely not, because you have responsibilities and you have bills to pay, right? So it's the same thing in our marriages, right? We have responsibilities. And if you think about it, we have bills to pay in our marriage as well. So it's wise for you to thoroughly consider, think through your decision before you make it. Um, Another point I would like to make, there are greater rewards in staying than there are in giving up. And oftentimes people miss out on the rewards because they get out too soon. And so if you are one who feels like you can just throw in the towel and give up what you really want in life because there's a major obstacle in the road, Is that really showing self-respect for yourself? Are you one that says it's okay for me to quit? Do you quit other things in your life? Like I said, I use a reference of a job. If you have children, oh my gosh, we all know parenting is one of the most difficult jobs out there ever. But have you given up on parenting? Have you given up on showing up for your kids? Most importantly, have you given up on showing up for yourself? And if the answer is no to those questions, then why would you give up on your marriage? Something that you have invested time and energy into. Why would you do that? So I just want you to take a moment and again, just think about and reconsider the idea of throwing in the towel because it's tough, because it's hard. Like life is hard, life is tough, but you're still here every single day, putting one foot in front of the other and doing your best to make the best out of your situation, out of your experience, out of your life, and everything that you're dealing with. So we're going to take a quick break right now, and then we will be back.
If you're a man and you have a pulse, then you need to join this program. You're a husband, you're a father, you're a leader. You have the weight of the world on your shoulders. You have to be everything for everyone, but do you know who and how to be for you? You're still in search of your own significance. You're in internal battle with your own vices. You're questioning, do I even know what it means to be a man? I know I'm supposed to be there for others, but what about me? The fact is, you need a model. You need a code to live by, a system of principles to govern your life. You need an internal compass to guide your every decision. You need the 4 securities to build your own kingdom. What you need is the foundry. In short, a foundry is a facility where castings are produced by melting metal, pouring liquid metal into a mold, and then allowing it to solidify. Well, this is where we're testing the metal of men. Foundry is a 12-week men's-only coaching program. It is a brotherhood that will take each man through a purification process of the heart, mind, and soul. We here at Couples Academy promise you that if you give us 12 weeks of your life, you will no longer recognize it. If you care about the improving of your life, your marriage, and your family, register today.
Oh man, you guys, Foundry is on fire. Okay, the men are on fire. The next round of Foundry is actually starting February the 23rd, if I'm not mistaken. But if you look down below, especially if you're watching on YouTube, you'll be able to see the link for Foundry, and you can click on that and get all the information you need as well as register. Now, ladies, I did not forget about you. Guess what? Unearth is circling back around too, and it's coming up in April. So there should be a link below again for you to click on to get information about Unearth, to register, to get the dates and everything. And the ladies, you know, we can't be left out, right? We can't let these men outdo us. So I need you ladies to show up and show out, so that you guys continue to strengthen your union. That's what we're here for. That's what we're all about, is bringing you guys closer and closer together. We want happy and healthy marriages. All right, so today we're talking about, am I stupid if I stay after infidelity, right? We're answering that question today. So the next point I wanted to make is that there are greater rewards in staying than giving up. Oh, wait, look, see, I'm telling you, it's so rewarding. It's so good that I just wanted to go over it again. The next point I wanted to make is that people don't earn respect by giving up and quitting. They earn it by making the hard choices to do the right thing. Respect. Man, again, you know, where did this idea come from that we should take the opinions of those in society who have never walked in our shoes. Why should we allow their thoughts and opinions to dictate our lives based on their own ignorance of the topic? They have no clue what is going on within your marriage. No idea. And if it's one of your girlfriends or guy friends, they're only getting your perspective. They're not getting both sides. So they're trying to give you advice based on whether or not you should stay or go, and they don't have the full picture. So that's not fair. And again, it's also not a sound bit of advice because they don't have all of the information to be able to make an informed decision and therefore advise you. One of the questions that my brother Jeff asks all the time is, who are you listening to? Do they even know what it feels like to go through infidelity? And even if they do, their situation is not your situation. So in answering the question, are you stupid for staying? I challenge you to say, are you smart? And do you respect yourself, knowing that you're capable of thinking for yourself and making your own decisions? Would you be smart then to allow other people to dictate what you should do for your life? Should you allow your feelings and emotions to dictate the decisions that you should make in your life? I just urge you guys to think about the fact that the ability to forgive your spouse, to heal your marriage, and to become a better, stronger person through the pain of infidelity takes a smart, mature, and good person. And don't worry, if you feel like you're lacking wisdom or strength or maturity, you can develop all of them through the process. And honestly, that's what happens oftentimes. You do gain wisdom, you do gain strength and maturity throughout the process. And so we get a lot of questions too about kids, right? Our kids. What am I going to tell my kids? How do I communicate with my kids about what happened? And how are they going to look at me if I stay? But there have been people out there that have recovered from infidelity, and they have said one of the biggest rewards that they learned for staying and working it out was actually getting the respect of their older kids. So we're talking about maybe preteen, teenagers, young adults. They've earned their respect because they recognize the fact that, listen, my friends, their parents are dealing with similar problems that you and dad have. But the difference is they gave up, they threw in the towel, they quit. You and dad stayed. You worked it out. And they have gained such respect for their parents staying there and working it out. So in your mind, you may be thinking that they're looking at you as being weak, but in essence, they could be looking at you completely opposite of that. It's all in how you go through that process and making sure that, you know, it's not toxic where you guys are having large, loud arguments in front of the kids, being rude, disrespectful to each other. So it's all in how you walk through the process that will determine whether or not you gain their respect. And so lastly, I just want to talk about self-esteem, and that, you know, a lot of us struggle with self-esteem issues. And when infidelity happens, there's a tendency to heighten that low self-esteem. But again, I challenge you, how could your self-esteem be so low as to not be smart enough to stand up and fight for what you want? Is your self-esteem so low that you're not willing to grow into a better person and learn how to overcome obstacles and how to overcome that pain and how to learn how to build a better marriage? Is your self-esteem so low that you'll quit without first giving your marriage at least a chance when you really, really love your spouse? I just believe that no one is stupid for staying. Under the circumstances where the betrayer is showing up and trying and giving it their all, the only time that I question if there's a lack of intelligence is if you have a repeat offender over and over and over and over. They continue to cheat, they continue to lie, they're not working on themselves, they're not trying, they're not giving you any glimpse of hope that they're trying to do better, that they're going to do better, and then you still choose to stay. That's when I'm like, wait a minute now, we might need to have a conversation, because if they're not giving you any indication that they want to change, then maybe that is something that you have to look at for yourself. So that's all I have for you today. I just want to shout out some people. It looks like there's some questions in here, so I'll try to get to as many as I can with the time that we have left. But hey, Natasha, hi, Shalise, Fidelina, looks like Miss Snow, Tamika, Walter, Miss Jewel, Gonzalez, what's up, Gonzalez, Natalie, Lindsay, hey Lindsay, hi Carol, hey Kay. Oh, this is such a cool name. The TX, maybe that's Texas Wolfpack. Hi Kathy and Jackie, Marquay. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. Carol, I need to come join you in Jamaica, sis. All right, let's see. Is staying equal? I think you're asking, is staying equal to forgiveness? It's not necessarily equal, but it is a necessary component if you're going to stay. You can't stay and not forgive, because you guys can't move forward, and then there'll just continue to be strife, and you won't be able to move toward healing if you don't forgive. So is it the same? Not necessarily, but it's definitely you making a conscious decision that you're going to forgive if you choose to stay. So I hope that answers your question. I love this comment. Oh my gosh. So Gonzalez says, so when we made a choice to stay, we looked at videos for months and even had the book, The Audacity of Marriage. Couples Academy had a marriage retreat that my wife and I went to last July. It wasn't until we went to Last Chance Weekend in September. We were done until we sacrificed our time to invest in our marriages. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And then, of course, I know your story, Gonzalez, is beautiful. And so Team Smith, all the way. He goes on to say, she's my best friend and accountability partner. That's awesome. Good morning, Tori. You're welcome, Fidelina. All right, so Red Ranger, I haven't seen you before, but I haven't been on the morning show in a while. Thank you for joining. So you want to know, however, does forgiveness mean reconciliation? Not necessarily. At Couples Academy, our dream is to restore all of these marriages. But the reality is sometimes that's not the end game. Sometimes that's not the outcome, because both parties choose that they don't want to move forward, or maybe one party chooses they don't want to move forward. And if one doesn't, then you both can't. So ultimately, if one chooses, you choose that you're not going to move forward. Sometimes if it's an unhealthy relationship and both individuals don't get healthy, you probably shouldn't reconcile, because again, it's just toxic. Nobody's happy. And I mean, we've seen some pretty serious things happen in couples where there have been arrests, there's been hospitalizations. And so when you're dealing with a toxic relationship, then the focus is not reconciliation initially. The focus is on healing, getting healthy individually, so that you can show up as your best selves for each other. All right, Miss Natalie says, if he doesn't want any more counseling, does want to leave, but wants to live life like we are roommates, is it time to go? Even if I've stood strong, am I stupid to stay and keep hope? So he says, basically, you're saying your husband doesn't want to go to counseling, but he doesn't want to leave, and he wants to just go on like roommates. If that is enough for you, then that's enough for you. Stay, keep going. If that's not enough for you, then you have to communicate that. You have to let him know that's not sufficient. It's not adequate. That is not enough for me. I need more. And if he's not willing to do more, then you have to make the decision. Are you going to stay? but it starts off by having a real conversation with your spouse. We cannot hold people responsible or accountable for things that they never knew were expectations. So if it is your expectation that we're more than roommates, then you need to communicate that with him in a clear, concise way. And then if he's willing to do it, awesome. And if he's not, again, you have to decide if you are willing to stay. Now, I'm a woman of faith, and I firmly believe there is nothing too hard for God. At the same time, God gives us free will. So that means he has to choose that he's going to show up differently and that he's going to do the work. But I say, if you are a woman of faith, you keep praying, be led. You'll know what it is that you need to do. All right. Fidelina says, we have a child with severe disabilities and it put a lot of stress on marriage, but we are putting the work in and I pray it works. Oh my goodness. Fidelina, as a fellow special needs mommy, I fully understand, and you're absolutely right. When you have a child with special needs, it does put a huge strain on the marriage, but you definitely have to work. And I think sometimes special needs parents have double duty, because not only are you working on triple duty. Not only are you working on yourself, you're working on the marriage, but then you're also working to figure out how to best take care of this child with special needs. So now I'm saying it quadruple, because if you have typical kids, and that means you're working out the parenting thing too, but there's an extra layer when your child has a chronic illness or disability. So it's tough. Prayers going up for you guys and all of you that are here today. All right. This looks like MNJ718. What if he says he's tired of trying since I haven't recovered or healed from his infidelity? Listen, there is no magical time frame that we can give to say it's been this long and you should be over it by now. You should be making progress for sure. But if he is not showing up the way you need him to, that will stifle and actually prohibit your progress and you moving forward. So I'm not sure what all he has done when he says he's tired of trying. I don't know what the trying has looked like. I don't know what he's done. And I don't know if it's adequate for you. I don't know if it's sufficient. So basically, when you are the betrayer and you're saying you want your marriage, you do what it takes for however long it takes. That's just my opinion. Good luck, and I hope that he keeps trying. All right, Jackie says, with that being said, I totally agree with you about the mindset, so profound. Also, the offender must be completely transparent about their wrong, ask for forgiveness, and turn from their wicked ways. Amen. I agree. Hey, Lenny, you signed up for the 12-week program. There should be a link. I don't know if you're watching on YouTube, but there is a link below. It's called the FOUNDRY, and that is how you sign up for that. And if you got a lady, she can sign up for Unearthed too. It's a separate link, but you should find it in the same place. All right, you guys, unfortunately, I'm so sorry. We are out of time. This 30 minutes always goes by so fast. You think it's long, but it's really, really not. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for continuing to support the Couples Academy show and all of us. We're here for you, and we want you guys to have the healthiest, happiest relationships, marriages, partnerships ever. So I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. I hope to see a lot of you at Last Chance Weekend next weekend. Until we meet again, you guys be safe out there. Take care of each other.